Mahatma Gandhi was a prominent Indian political leader, who was a leading figure in the campaign for Indian independence. He employed nonviolent principles and peaceful disobedience as a means to achieve his goal. He was assassinated in 1948, shortly after achieving his life goal of Indian independence. In India, he is known as Father of the Nation.
When I despair, I remember that all through history, the ways of truth and love have always won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time, they can seem invincible, but in the end they always fall. Think of it always. Gandhi. Short biography of Mahatma Gandhi. Mohandas K. Gandhi was born in 1869, in Porbandar, India. Mohandas was from the social caste of tradesmen. His mother was illiterate, but her common sense and religious devotion had a lasting impact on Gandhi's character. As a youngster, Mohandas was a good student, but the shy young boy displayed no signs of leadership. On the death of his father, Mohandas traveled to England to gain a degree in law. He became involved with the Vegetarian Society and was once asked to translate the Hindu Bhagavad Gita. This classic of Hindu literature awakened in Gandhi a sense of pride in the Indian scriptures, of which the Gita was the pearl. Around this time, he also studied the Bible and was struck by the teachings of Jesus Christ, especially the emphasis on humility and forgiveness. He remained committed to the Bible and Bhagavad Gita throughout his life, though he was critical of aspects of both religions. Gandhi, in South Africa, on completing his degree in law, Gandhi returned to India, where he was soon sent to South Africa to practice law. In South Africa, Gandhi was struck by the level of racial discrimination and injustice often experienced by Indians. In 1893, he was thrown off a train at the railway station in Pietermaritzburg after a white man complained about Gandhi traveling in first class. This experience was a pivotal moment for Gandhi, and he began to represent other Indians who experienced discrimination. As a lawyer he was in high demand, and soon he became the unofficial leader for Indians in South Africa. It was in South Africa that Gandhi first experimented with campaigns of civil disobedience and protest. He called his nonviolent protests satyagraha.
Despite being imprisoned for short periods of time, he also supported the British under certain conditions. During the Boer War, he served as a medic and stretcher bearer. He felt that by doing his patriotic duty, it would make the government more amenable to demands for fair treatment. Gandhi was at the Battle of Spion serving as a medic. An interesting historical anecdote is that at this battle was also Winston Churchill, and Louis Botha, future head of South Africa. He was decorated by the British for his efforts during the Boer War and Zulu Rebellion. After 21 years in South Africa, Gandhi returned to India in 1915. He became the leader of the Indian nationalist movement campaigning for Home Rule, or Swaraj. Gandhi successfully instigated a series of nonviolent protest. This included national strikes for 1 or 2 days. The British sought to ban opposition, but the nature of nonviolent protest and strikes made it difficult to counter. Gandhi also encouraged his followers to practice inner discipline to get ready for independence. Gandhi said the Indians had to prove they were deserving of independence. This is in contrast to independence leaders, such as Aurobindo Ghosh, who argued that Indian independence was not about whether India would offer better or worse government, but that it was the right for India to have self-government. This is in contrast to independence leaders, such as Aurobindo Ghosh, who argued that Indian independence was not about whether India would offer better or worse government, but that it's the right for India to have self-government. Gandhi also clashed with others in the Indian independence movement, such as Subhas Chandra Bose, who advocated direct action to overthrow the British. Gandhi frequently called off strikes and non-violent protest if he heard people were rioting or violence was involved. In 1930, Gandhi led a famous march to the sea in protest at the new Salt Acts. In the sea, they made their own salt, in violation of British regulations. Many hundreds were arrested, and Indian jails were full of Indian independence followers. With this I'm shaking the foundations of the British Empire. Gandhi, after holding up a cup of salt at the end of the Salt March. However, whilst the campaign was at its peak, some Indian protesters killed some British civilians, and as a result, Gandhi called off the independence movement, saying that India was not ready. This broke the heart of many Indians committed to independence. It led to radicals, like Bhagat Singh, carrying on the campaign for independence, which was particularly strong, in Bengal. In 1931, Gandhi was invited to London to begin talks with the British government on greater self-government for India, but remaining a British colony. During his 3-month stay, he declined the government's offer of a free hotel room, preferring to stay with the poor in the East End of London. During the talks, Gandhi opposed the British suggestions of dividing India along communal lines, as he felt this would divide a nation which was ethnically mixed. However, at the summit, the British also invited other leaders of India, such as B.R. Ambedkar, and representatives of the Sikhs and Muslims. Gandhi and religion. Gandhi was a seeker of the truth. In the attitude of silence the soul finds the path in a clearer light, and what is elusive and deceptive resolves itself into crystal clearness. Our life is a long and arduous quest after truth. Gandhi said his great aim in life was to have a vision of God. He sought to worship God and promote religious understanding. He sought inspiration from many different religions, Jainism, Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, and incorporated them into his own philosophy. On several occasions, he used religious practices and fasting as part of his political approach. Gandhi felt that personal example could influence public opinion. When every hope is gone, when helpers fail, and comforts flee, I find that help arrives somehow, from I know not where. Supplication, worship, prayer are no superstition, they are acts more real than the acts of eating, drinking, sitting or walking. It is no exaggeration to say that they alone are real, all else is unreal.